Hey, true believers, Englentine here with another weekly top 10 comic books sold to customers and readers, whatever you want to call them. Usually when I put readers on the title, nobody's paying attention. Anyway, these are the books that are actually leaving the stores, not just being ordered. That's the Comicron thing. Still cool, just this is different. This is the one that people are like, hey, I want that. They purchase it and then walk out of the store with it. Not only that, but we will make a visit over to ComiXology to see who's buying what there as well. Before we get started, I'm going to give a little shout out to all of the shops that took part in this particular survey. Well, some of them anyway. So if you're in the area, please by all means check these shops out. So let's get this party started. Starting out the countdown to number 10, we have Star Wars number 46. Image makes their presence known at number 9 with The Walking Dead 178. Marvel steps up again at number 8. We have Marvel 2-in-1 number 5. Feeling left out, DC makes its mark with Superman number 44. And DC quickly ties up with Marvel 2-2. At number 6, we have Deathstroke number 30. At number 5, Marvel reclaims dominance 3-2 in their favor for Avengers 687 No Surrender Chapter 13. It's a horse race, kids. Number 4, Justice League number 42. It is now tied 3-3. But you can never count Batman down, so that's why at number 3, Batman White Knight number 7 makes it 4-3 in DC's favor. In the runner-up position, number 2, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 798. So it is 4-4. They're taking it right up to the ringside, whatever that means. I'm not a sports guy. I'm just not. But we know how this ends. You give Marvel a good start, they feel good, DC comes in, okay, it's getting all tied up. Ooh, who's gonna win, who's gonna win? But we know what's out there, gang. We know what's going to happen. We know what the event of the summer is, and that's the Batman wedding. Batman number 44 takes the number 1 spot, and that makes, what, 5-4 DC's favor with one Image comic. And this is kind of exciting when both companies are doing well. To me, it is. I like it better. It's more fun. It's more exciting. Now, I'm glad Venomized didn't show up in that. I'm just not a fan. However, Black Bolt is a book that should have been in the top 10 far more often than it was. Over at DC's house, man, everything that was in there is still good, so you can't really complain about what's in there. I am a little sad not to see The Curse of Brimstone. It would have been nice to have all of the DC New Age of Heroes start their runs in the top 10, but so far this is the runt of the litter sales-wise. Anyway, let's move on to what I consider my favorite part of the story, is what the comic shops have to say about this week's top 10. This was a solid week of sales with no big surprises. Batman sold really well, as always, taking our first place, almost doubling our second best-selling title, which is Amazing Spider-Man. ASM has had a bit of an upswing lately with this Red Goblin story, but I know at least some of the copies I'm selling are being thrown on eBay or bought by speculators. Pretty much. That's what I've heard too. I'm sorry, but as far as Amazing Spider-Man, I haven't heard too many people praising the story. I've read it myself. It's Nanobyte Carnage. I'm not getting excited over another Carnage/Venom derivative. It just doesn't excite me. That being said, if it's your cup of tea, by all means, have at it. And you can let me know how stupid I am in the comments below. Just leave the kids out of it this time. Deathstroke has seen a good bump this arc as he begins his Damian custody battle with Batman, and in part due to that incredible Medina cover. Batman White Knight is ending really strong, and I'm going to miss this series after the final issue next month. Sounds like DC is going to let Sean Murphy play with this version of the Batman universe some more, which is great news for fans and retailers. Yeah, I think that Batman White Knight is an example of cream rising to the top. There's no speculation going on about this one. It is absolutely, without a doubt, a great title. Marvel continues to grow and gain ground with 4 of my top 10 and 10 of my top 20, although Star Wars is barely making our top 20 at this point, and it's trickling off a bit. Marvel 2-in-1 has sold stronger than expected, and it's one of the few Marvel books we had to order reprints on. Oh, Cursive. Brimstone #1 did just okay, like most of the other DC New Age of Heroes. Superman sold out for the first time in ages for no good reason. Maybe we just cut it a little closer to actual sales than we'd like. We try not to sell out of any major titles, just get them close to sell out, to catch people weeks and even months later to finally sell out then. We already reorder a few more Superman for next week and bumped the next issue up. Yeah, like I said, kind of sad for Curse of Brimstone. Seeing Superman do well is nice. Of course, I understand. It's the same thing as Spider-Man. There's a little speculation because of, for this case, Action Comics 1000 coming up. People are excited for that on both sides, Action and Superman. And plus, that Bizarro storyline is kind of fun. I don't know. I would like to see Brimstone do a little better, but what you gonna do? Venomized #1 did all right at spot 6, but sold few less than the Venomverse or even Edge of Venomverse had in their first few days by this point. I know Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman relaunching Venom will have a strong impact, but it may be time to stop with all the excessive Venom weekly events. Alrighty. Avengers No Surrender is holding steady, but there's a little buzz for fresh start, and I am certainly not ordering 350% of my current Avenger numbers on that first issue. I was glad to hear that retailers felt energized by CB Cebulski's enthusiasm this weekend, but 27 covers on Iron Man #1 still seems incredibly excessive and unnecessary. We're done chasing the out-of-control variants in our shop. This is good to hear. I wish I would hear more shops saying this, because the variant thing, it's the 90s speculation all over again. You over-order, and in the end, you're stuck with a lot of books that you can't sell, and you don't have the money that you did need. Not a great week for sales. There doesn't seem to be any anymore. Things are bad. ASM beats White Knight handily for second place. White Knight just barely ekes out third place from Walking Dead. Slight uptick for Star Wars, which outsold Superman this week, and good old Astro City still makes our list at #10. This just shows difference in communities. We have in the same week somebody saying, hey, sales are up and they're great, and then we get this. I feel sorry for the shop. You know, I hope they improve for them. Hope the sales improve. The first issue in Brendan Fletcher and Carl Kershey's gorgeous new fantasy series, Isola, was our bestseller this week. It wasn't the only Image title that did well. Saga #50 made a repeat appearance. And it also wasn't the only Brendan Fletcher series in our top 10. Motor Crush #11, the last in second arc, showed up around the middle of our list too. Batman #44 was our runner-up, mostly because of Selena wedding dress cover, which outsold Bruce in a Tux by a mile. Anytime I hear a list like this where they're saying the independents are above, like Batman and stuff like that, I'm thinking this is a comic shop that talks to people and is saying, hey, look, you know, I read Motor Crush, check it out. I read Isola, you should check it out. And I think that's cool. I think it just improves. That being said, what was the cover that you liked the best? Personally, I agree with everybody on the list. I liked the Catwoman cover. Let me know in the comments below. The bestsellers list this week is very much a usual suspect situation, but there are still some points of note. Batman #44 kicking off the arc for the big wedding blew away pretty much everything else on the stands, with demands for the Selena Kyle cover vastly outstripping the Bruce Wayne cover. The heat on Amazing Spider-Man is still chugging along, with issue 798 finally fully revealing the Red Goblin. Batman White Knight maintains its popularity with its penultimate issue this week. Batman 44 took the top spot, and we could have sold more, except we sold out. People are getting excited about the upcoming wedding. Amazing Spider-Man sold great, finally ordered enough that we did not sell out of it already. Batman White Knight #7 surprised me and sold out. Thursday, some people bought both the covers for it this time. Deathstroke, for the first time in a while, sold well and sold out. Green Lanterns also joined the sold out in 48 hours club this week. Good to see Green Lantern getting a mention. Good title. It shows that there's some expansion in the DC universe as far as sales are concerned. I hope it went to other shops as well. Like I said, still a little sad about Curse of Brimstone, but that's just because I support that particular line. Now this is a close race. 6 DC titles in the top 10, 3 Marvels, and 1 Image, with only 14 copy spread between the first place and the 10th place. In terms of buyers, Amazing Spider-Man 798 took first place, but the pair of Batman 44 covers at a low cover price point motivated lots of buyers for both covers, which boosted Batman to the first place shot. slot, excuse me. Well, that's what they said anyway. Likewise, the dual buy what you want without jumping through hoops covers of Batman White Knight number 7 propelled it to second place, pushing Amazing Spider-Man down to third. Curse of Brimstone, Superman, Deadshot, Justice League rounded out the DC's top 10, while Marvel 2-in-1 Venomized filled out Marvel's top 10 slots, while Walking Dead held in the top 10 for Image. Marvel took 7 slots in position 11 through 20. Image took 1 more with 3 covers for Spawn, and DC took 2, which put Marvel ahead in the top 20. Well, you listen to them trying to steal my thunder on what I do with the ComiXology digital sales. All right. Now it kind of pans out. This happens quite a few times as well. You know, one takes the top slot, the next time it's the other. So let's go on over to ComiXology and see who wins the top 20 this week. Starting off the countdown, number 10, we have Avengers, number 687. Number 9 is Amazing Spider-Man 798. Marvel's Kickin' Butt. At number 8, we have Star Wars, number 46. The Wicked and Divine make an appearance at number 7. DC Comics make their first entry with Injustice 2, Chapter 52. Justice League 42 takes the 5 spot. And at number 4, we have Superman 44. Number 3 belongs to Batman White Knight number 7. And at number 2, Batman number 44, with one of the best covers of the week. Leaving a cringe-inducing Walking Dead 178 at number 1. So neither Marvel or DC take the number 1 spot, but DC still wins the top 10 with 5 slots. That's 6 through 2. And then the bottom 3, 10, 9, and 8 belong to Marvel. Usually Marvel has a strong back end, so let's check it out, see who wins the top 20. Increasing their lead 6-3 is DC Comics with Deathstroke number 30. Image gets their third entry in the top 20 with Sex Criminals. It's a double hit for Chip Zdarsky because at number 13, we have Marvel 2-in-1 number 5. Nightwing number 42 at number 14 makes it 7-4 DC's favor. X-Men Gold 25 at number 15 raises score, still 7-5 in DC's favor, but Marvel's making a move. At number 16, Spider-Man 239 brings it to 7-6. At number 17, we're all tied up, Astonishing X-Men number 10. And Marvel takes the lead at number 18, All New Wolverine. Makes it 8-7 Marvel. And Runaways number 8 clinches the win for Marvel Comics. There's no way DC can make a return, even though Green Lanterns is at number 20 with issue number 44. It's 9-8 in Marvel's favor. And granted, once again, they own the back end, but DC owns the front. DC owns the top 10 every week, and that seems to be the way. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm a DC fan. I remember the days of Marvel just crushing DC, but they're knocking down the fence there, guys. I mean, you know, if they get a little bit more popular, even though things like Spider-Man seems to be built on speculation, some of those readers may stick around. You never know. I still would love to see Aquaman in the top 10 every week, but that's just, that's not ever going to happen. But anyway, what did you think? What do you think's being left off? What do you think people should be reading? Obviously, I sell Aquaman and Mera every week. What do you want to see get more attention, I guess I'm asking. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Especially every weekend, 9 p.m. Eastern, we do Comic Book Thunderdome, putting two geeks against each other, debating and fighting out all those arguments and debates you may find in the forums and in the comic book shops. Tons of fun. Also, this is a way to make a living, so if you don't mind heading on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you and getting better equipment to make better videos for you. Also, for as little as $1, you enter the Great Graphic Novel Giveaway, where we basically draw a name from the hat, and whoever wins, hey, we send you a graphic novel or a trade paperback. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.